You do open art?
So you're in the
Just
middle.
in the middle.
Oh. Back. Oh, yeah. Hi everyone. Awkward. Okay, so this is my first time being the actual one doing the opening. So, hi everyone. This is Fish, and this is
Tyler.
and this is Trace. Actually, you were supposed to be the one doing the opening because it's your profile.
Oh, never mind. It's okay. We are.
Yeah, same.
We are flexible.
Yeah, same. Okay. Hello everyone watching from LinkedIn and also from our YouTube. So drop a comment saying hi. Tell us you're here so that we are not talking to ourselves. I know it's you.
Chris always must open.
Crack-a-lacking. Oh, it's my brother.
Your brother.
So awkward.
Why?
Bye.
Is it your Coco first time watching you?
I think he watched with my mom before.
Oh.
My mom used to watch.
Okay.
Sometimes she will comment about our sound system lah. Our
You ask your
lah.
Coco how now?
Is it okay now? Okay, ma.
That's lah.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about work ethics. Is it greater than our personal value? So, being professional, is it important when it clashes with our personal value? So, how do we take our stand when it clashes with our personal value?
Oh, your brother
Okay.
confirm sound is okay.
My Coco say it's okay. Thank you. Okay, so first let us define what is professionalism. What do you think?
Chris is on camera.
Oh, like that also can,
Don't throw it on.
Professionalism, I think, is just whatever lays down in your contract and then you act towards it is professionalism. That's my definition. Acts toward the whatever stated in the job scope.
Professionalism, I think, yeah, it's a very wide definition word, I think, right? So the way I see it is quite similar, right? It just means that in your professional capacity, you're wearing your work hat, right? So whatever you need to do to get the job done, however you feel about it, it must be done, right? So I think that's professionalism. The ethics side is a total different thing, but Fisher?
I think I'm very similar to whatever Trish just said. So it's just what I put in my post today. So it's what we do to actually accomplish whatever is within the contract. So we will try our best to actually fulfill what is in the contract, in the agreement. That is being professional. So what, other than that, any act other than what is within the contract, do you think it's not professional then?
So I think that's where the definition goes beyond the contract, I feel, right? Because you think about how a lot of people see professionalism, it means you hold a certain standard also for how you do your work, right? So for example, if you are managing clients, you need to tell them what the timeline is, execute accordingly, and you have to guide them on what to do next. Because if you are the expert that they engage, then it's expected that you are there to consult, make sure that their experience is very comfortable. Right. So I think to that degree, that's professionalism. But there's also the ethics side of it, right? Which is kind of where we were talking about it.
So ethics is like moral. It doesn't really have a definition. It just like along the spectrum on like how we act, whether is this correct, is that correct, but each of us has different kind of ruler to measure that. Yeah.
Correct. But it's just when you're wearing your work hat, but everyone defines it slightly differently. Because professional could also mean get the job done and then you wash hand. Don't get involved anymore. Some other people's definition can be once wash hand also, you still maintain good relationship and all that also.
Yeah, do a little bit extra just to maintain the relationship.
Correct. But how does the audience define professionalism then? So in your own words, how you describe it? Yeah, I can throw in the comments also. We are reading the comments very actively.
Yeah. Okay, so while waiting for the comments to come in, why don't we jump to the next? Professional friends. Where do we draw the line?
Okay.
So context to this first, the professional friends meaning that you are working together in your professional capacity, but you're also friends. And I think that there are a few styles. Some people prefer to be
completely.
I'm here in professional is maintain professional distance also, meaning that you don't become too friendly with the clients and all that. You maintain distance so you can be objective. And I think this is useful in, let's say, fields like, I think in the legal field, it'll be quite common practice, right? You don't get too close.
Not really. I think, I didn't work in that industry for that long, but I think it's safe to say that everyone just remain like you said, professional surface level. No one will want to do more, no one want to do less. Just keep it like just normal. No one wants to do more. I think also because in general people will feel like there's because we all in the same industry, then they will feel like it's like sort of like competition, unspoken competitiveness between each other. So they wouldn't want to. They I think they are unsure whether they want to go further, go beyond that, or go. I think it depends.
But I think it's a bit different in, I don't know, maybe on LinkedIn, in our industry, like digital marketing, I think it's not in that case.
No, it's not.
Right? We are more of like, okay, we help each other, or if what I cannot do, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, refer, like prospect to each other and all that. And then like we will actually ask, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? We actually will ask how to do, but I think they will do it also but not in that obvious sense. Yeah.
True. So because I think in digital marketing, the thing is it's such a competitive space. Like so many agencies and a lot of people coming in our industry every day. It's quite common also like if we're doing shoots also, like with Fiona also, sometimes you'll collab also.
Yeah.
So sometimes she also need more hand, we also need more hand, we call different people. So it's quite common practice, I think, among the creative side to work together with your friends a lot. And because you work together a lot, also you become friends with some people. So where to draw the line, I think it really depends on who, right?
Yeah, it's really hard.
Chris.
Say work is work.
Friend is friend.
Also, there's another group of people that they really separate and draw the line clearly.
So that come in the question. So would we date each other? So this is a question coming from our boss.
Sitting right there.
Would we date each other, meaning our clients?
All taken already on.
Sharon asked if I would date my boss. No. No.
Oh, okay. So should we date our colleague like in general?
Or dating in the workplace?
Yeah.
I adopt the HR stance for this law.
Oh.
Not to say cannot be allowed, but discouraged.
Yeah, not encouraged.
Okay.
Chris ada yang panjang punya.
I've experienced so many instances when the superior or manager is stern and strict during working hours, but become very casual and friendly during lunch or after working hours.
Oh, wow, that
Eh,
is really.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that also actually.
Mm.
Like, if let's say it's a very heated meeting, right? Meaning like we are really trying to brainstorm, pushing ideas and everything. It has a tendency for it to become like quite heated sometimes because everyone's like a different idea, trying to get work done, or we have different opinions of what needs to be done. We argue. The moment we step out of the meeting room, hey, grab a beer lah. Jom.
Isn't it quite weird? It's like you in the meeting, you were like kena emotional so much, emotional
but
damage so much,
How
and
can
go
you
out.
guys like
Yeah.
just
Just
change the route?
No, because it doesn't carry across, ma. Like we understand in that context, we are talking as colleagues only. So after that, we take off the colleague hat, friend again, no. So whatever argue like hell. So like throw things around the room also. After that, okay lah, 5 o'clock already. Jom. So after that, we okay lah, go and play futsal and all that, drink already, then go home. Lor.
wow, that's. I feel like
That's very king, eh?
Then enter
Why
meeting room
suddenly
again.
change?
we're
Yeah,
like, okay, flip mode again.
And there's a switch, there's a switch.
There's a switch up. So you turn on when you have to be objective about the work, ma. But doesn't mean I hate you as a person or anything. It just means we disagree professionally. Yeah, so it doesn't carry off to the personal feeling side, lor. But you got experience like that.
I think we both don't really
No lah.
make it that clear.
What clear? Clear what? Clear about what?
No, I mean like we don't put it that in that point of view. Like we terus, it's after work, then we just become friends.
No, I think then in that sense, I think it will take time for me to digest whatever happened. I mean, if you go to
But you know, some people also need the space one. It's like
need the space.
After they
Yes.
heated, like they're so emotionally
Yeah,
touched,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we are more of that kind of person.
Because if you suddenly straight away like try to pretend nothing happened, where you just emotional chemistry so much, I'll be like,
This is like
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I know.
No, but I feel that's why the workplace changed a bit like that lah. Because last time I worked with all the
Oh no, why? You cannot see LinkedIn comment. It's not connected.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I'm on
Okay.
LinkedIn.
So we cannot see LinkedIn comments. I mean, we cannot show LinkedIn comments on live, but we'll be reading on our phones. Oh, actually, there's
Wow.
some. Okay.
We can see manually. So we just read out lah.
Yes. So.
Azri,
This was an earlier one.
Oh, Daniel say hi. Sharon says, so no contract is not professional lah. Okay. So I think in our terms, we don't really put up contract, but we are more flexible in that sense. But then when we agreed on doing to deliver that part of the job, then we will try our best to deliver the best, and then achieve it in a sense. So that is professionalism for us lah.
But I think maybe what Sharon can explain also, but what I interpret from reading this also, sometimes you have got, let's say, your different vendors also you're working with, ma.
Yeah.
You don't have contact with them, but you're working with them still in your professional capacity, ma.
Yeah.
So then also you have to exercise some level of professionalism. Can. Is that correct? Okay. Got thumbs up for Sharon now.
Yeah, I think it's also what we were saying earlier. It's about beyond, like we don't have a fixed contract with her, but then we also work in a lot of different ways. Yeah.
Correct. So I think it's also like seeing the style and let's say the network they work with also long. I think that's part of it also lah. Because it may not be a client or it may not be a colleague per se, but with someone in the similar ecosystem where let's say you are also in the same industry and all that, there's an underlying principle to say that you have to be professional also lah, in certain conversations. But for us in our company, no lah. Asri says you squat. Oh, nasib baik I don't. This one's from Asri. I'm just reading. Okay, nasib baik I don't work with Chubab, so can date Tyler.
Yeah, bromance over.
Okay.
you want to date say earlier lah. Waiting for so long.
Okay. So coming back, what we were saying just now, where to draw the line, and then
We're saying professional. We were defining professional
I think it
friends.
was a professional friend side.
yeah.
So where do we draw the line? I mean, the context of this question is we will find that sometimes at work there is this line that is a bit unclear with whoever that we work with, and until to some extent where we find it that okay, it seems like this is the timing that we need to draw some boundary, because there will be things that is beyond professionalism. So that's why we were asking this question.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I adopt the Chris stance on this law. Because for me, right, even though we are best friend also, usually lah, for example, I was working with a contractor recently and memang good friend one for like about 3-4 years already, but he messed up. So I told him, I said, bro, I take off the friend hat for a moment talking to you just purely on a professional basis He said, okay. Then we argue lah. Lepas tu like, okay, work done already we agree, okay, shake hand already, okay. So after it's just switch back to normal, just talk about friend, so about his family and all that, normal lah. So I can isolate if it's a professional conversation. I don't include personal feeling law, so I don't feel anything, terasa anything also law.
That is really being really professional, you know.
Yeah, because you straight away say, okay, now I'm gonna take down the imaginary hat. Like I'm gonna talk with you.
Because it's important for me for the other person to also understand. Because I know he sometimes may feel terasa also lah. Like personally, it's like yeah, that's a bit harsh. So I just let him know again. It's like it's not
you.
It's just work.
Okay.
You know, if you guys, if the audience has any occasion where like you feel like, okay, this is a bit like too much already, maybe it's no longer professional. Maybe we need to like.
I'm sure. I think a lot of people will have some friends coming to you asking for a favor that is in that term of your industry, like what you're actually providing as a service, but this person is asking it for free. So that, I think, for some people, okay, for maybe the first occasion or second occasion, we might, if it's just a small matter, we will just help lah. I think for example, for influencer, if your friend just come and say, hey, can you just help me to promote this product of mine? Then maybe for the first time, I'll say, okay lah, can lah, because I really trust you, and I understand you will be providing a good product. But then after a few times, I will.
Yeah, it's straight face already.
I will.
Finish your sentence.
I mean, after a few times, of course, we will have to draw a line to that already. Like, we will have to reject that and stay professional, as if. That is why sometimes, like for influencers, there's always a need of an agency or someone to take care of that person, so that they can connect it through in a business way.
Oh, you mean like there's just someone to
manage all this?
So it's like you need a middle person, so that you don't need to do all the talking. So when there's difficult conversation, there's someone else will take care of it.
Yeah, because I will always put the relationship
first.
Normally.
So it's hard for you to say no lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you like that?
Some comments that you need to address now.
Okay, let's look at the comment.
Let's
skip the Daniel one.
No. Daniel was commenting. Fish once said that she would date me on a live broadcast. How?
She's thinking back, when did I say this?
Do possess code. But ghost night. I don't know lah. Who's that? That fish?
Okay, then CK. Hi CK.
Okay.
And then CK commented, must there be differences between personal life and work life?
That's also a very hard line to draw, actually. Because for us, I think most of the time, our clients are busy during the work days or the working hour. So sometimes we'll have to, they will only reply us after working hour. So what do we do with that? Most of the time, we will try to
You
suit
just
the
attend
time.
to it. lah.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
attend to them, right? But then our work life and our personal life becomes there's no line in between already.
Oh, now got back to the LinkedIn one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we got the LinkedIn comment
Ah,
coming in
that's it, yeah.
already. That's
And Prima also.
hi Prima.
Thank you, Prima.
Okay, so
No, I think to answer CK is, I think depends on the person who are we dealing with. If the client is memang not cooperative, memang really want to work this project together, actually I don't mind there is no differences between personal life and work life. Means I'm willing to attend at any time because we have a mutual goal to work on together. But in terms of the other party is just half-hearted, then I'll be like, okay, maybe we how to say, then I think that there is a need to have the differences between personal and work life. And we will try to work out a better way to accommodate that the other person better instead of mixing the private life all, because then we are not working towards the mutual goal. Yeah,
more of like they are taking our our personal life for granted lah.
What our bosses behind the scene ask, why do you kacau your bosses at night?
Who?
Sunday night.
Not me. I don't text Eric.
I also don't like.
I don't use.
Please.
What? Me? Okay, when? Monday?
Sunday, you always update Monday.com on
Oh,
Sunday.
Monday.
nights.
Okay,
Always
Monday.
bing, 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 bing,
Okay,
bing,
the
bing.
problem with Monday.com is I don't know why my boss open up the notification on their phone. But I don't. So they receive notifications from me when I update my Monday, which is for them to understand what is my workload like, or to know what's the progress and everything lah. I don't know. I don't find that a bad thing to them also. But nowadays, my boss, I think he off already the notification because there's been days I already uploaded things that tak tengok pun. Kan, Eric?
You dig your own grave.
So what else is outstanding later? You message now.
Okay.
Okay.
Boss don't respond. Is it professional?
If boss don't respond, is it professional?
That's a question from Sharon.
Yeah, that's a question from Sharon. You mean after working hour or for days?
Working hours. You don't respond to the boss, you are deemed as not professional.
Yeah, correct.
If the other way you send something to your boss and then your boss don't respond in a few days, will come back to you. Is that professional?
No.
Okay, so Sharon was saying if we didn't reply to our bosses during working hours, we are always deemed to be not professional lah, or not working lah. Say lah, am I? But then, what if we texted our boss or we prompt him for something, but he didn't reply for days or during working hours? Is the boss being professional?
We report to one boss only.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming the gender now because we usually report to Eric, so it's him lah. Memang him pun yang tak respond, so. Okay, so what do you guys think? Memang not professional.
Not considering our situation.
I think-
We're not talking about our boss, but
I think two-way street lah. Because if you look at it from the, let's say, professional context, right, meaning like office work and everything, if the boss don't respond and it requires approval before it goes to the next stage of work, right, everyone is going to kelam kabut and stress out.
Yeah.
So I would consider it unprofessional lah. Because if you are the last, let's say you're the barrier for work to get done, and it doesn't get done, and later you ask the team, why is it not done? The team also stressed out. You'll pop an artery, man. So, yeah lah.
Your boss is getting old. Memory tak baik already.
That's CK.
Is that CK? Yes. Okay, memang pun. So, okay lah, we should forgive him lah for that.
Yeah, advanced age already.
So Chris say, some demographics of certain states are based on business relationship or kamching nature. Yes, I think our boss also written that on one of his LinkedIn posts about having relationship kamching. I think a lot of our businesses is in that nature. So
we actually spend a lot of time building the relationship. That's why if the relationship is up until one extent, which is a good relationship between whoever, colleagues or clients, then we don't mind work after working hours because there's the trust there.
Yeah. And we will always want to deliver what is best for them also because of the kamching also, right?
Yeah. Correct law.
Okay.
Yeah, itu
So
bagus.
let's look
It's not
at,
surprising any more banners so far, right?
do we tell them
No.
what to do or just listen? Do we tell our clients what to do or we just listen to orders? Or does it also talks about does it reflect our employer-employee relationship as well?
Okay, the context of this question is because sometimes there are times where we encounter people who wants our suggestion.
Professional
Professional
suggestion.
suggestion.
Yes.
No, I'm pointing to the camera. The view change.
Okay, yeah.
And
Look at
but
the
then there are occasions where people who think that they want our suggestion, but once we give, then they don't give, or when they insist that they want to go their way and like ignore the
suggestion.
suggestion, then there will be a conflict of like work opinion and things like that. So that comes the question is, so do we tell them what to do or do we just listen just to kamching?
To keep that relationship, to make them happy lah, actually. But that happens when the result of whatever they say is towards what they wanted. So meaning if they want to get like 5,000 viewers and whatever they suggested memang go that way, so we can just listen lah, memang that's it. But from our professionalism, we know that it will not happen from whatever they suggested. Do we still want to keep that relationship by just listening to them, or do we want to actually just tell them what to do and trust us in our professionalism?
Okay, so I think Chris has a point of view on this. So Chris says, think the right term is using the consultative approach instead of telling them what to do. And the extension of that thought is spelling out what are the pros and cons of each approach and the alternatives that they can choose. So generally speaking, I tend to go with Chris's approach here, right? Because if you're a consultant in your capacity as, let's say, a vendor, right? Ultimately, the client is paying. So to me, right, is at the end of the day, they make the decision. What we can do is based on our experience and let's say our expertise, we can recommend certain direction, certain path, certain solution. Like I said, the 5K videos, we can probably give them like a few ideas on how we think we could steer towards the 5K views eventually, or how we can get that done to a certain degree. But the differences in opinion usually happens around, let's say, the style of how it's done, execution, like who's involved, whether we outsource talent or we use their team as the talent, for example. So all of this goes into the execution usually, right? And ultimately, what the client chooses is, I think, what you have to follow along. But we, of course, if we have kamching, we will try to help them out the most we can. Like we'll say this is a benefit. We'll really spell it out for them and try to do even more research. We'll say, how we can come to a level of where we take care of their comfort, but we still execute to the degree that we know the work can be done well. Right? Because it's also why they're paying us is also partially because we can help them get things done while they are comfortable, right? Which I think that is where the kamching plays a good part in because we understand, let's say, how they think, how they see the world, and generally how they behave around people. So like, okay, maybe they don't like large crowds. We don't do it in public. We do it in a studio setting, let's say, for example, right? So that's kind of where that helps us to be the best fit for them, lah.
Yeah, I think like what we have to say is we suggest what we can and we list down the pros and cons, and if the final decision is by them, they will have to make the final decision. If they want to follow whatever is suggested, then they can. If they want to follow whatever they want, then we will still have to deliver to them, right? Yeah.
Because ultimately they still pay, so yeah, even if they want the opposite, it's fine too. We just make known what we think they should know at least before they make the decision.
I think
Yes.
that's a win-win situation for them. I'm not sure about others. Have they encountered a situation like this also? It's like it's the right thing to do, but like Tyler said, because they are the one that paying, we just have to let them langgar lah, then and see how to say. Let them langgar, and then but we still be there to be ready to support them when bad things happen.
Yeah, I think that's what we do. Like most of the time, we'll just be there and then support them whenever they need us lah. Okay, so next, how much free work is too much? So like we're saying just now that we will always try, or we always give a bit of a free work here and there when our client requested, or because some of them are our friends, so we come with them already, so we will try to give a bit more lah. So we will try to help them in the sense that what we think we can actually help them. So how do we draw the fine line? Where is too much?
I think this is because there will be times where we forgot that because sometimes giving too much free work is not a good thing also. Yeah, too much free work, that then people will not
value us lah.
I mentally prepare you first. I hear Eric typing. Okay, go on.
Yeah. But what are you guys saying? Whoever that is like watching us, do you guys like give free work just to kamcheng, or do you guys share with us?
If your boss asks you to do free work, would you do it? Okay, technically we are actually doing free work now. So we are doing lah. So okay, we are okay with that.
Feeling violent tonight.
Memang terus lah.
Even Sharon also was like,
Oh, Sharon.
Which we are okay what? Obviously we are okay because we are doing it. But how much is too much, right? But okay, so one thing is that because why we are doing this for free, we are okay with doing it for free because we like doing live show, one, and then the other thing is we are also openly discussing like when is our free time, when we can actually do this, when we cannot do this. So we arrange the schedule and everything. So in that terms, we are also respected with our own personal time as well. So I think that part itself makes us like more easily accepting all the free work. I mean, willingly, yeah. Some people make it as a request or as an order. So that's a different with that as well.
So I can speak a bit on this also lah. So I think this also boils down to the kamcheng part, right? But just as a comment first.
Okay. When the client starts to take advantage of the situation, being spoiled, for example.
Yes.
Sometimes need to do free work if want to have a long-term business relationship. Yes, agree with that.
Correct. Because it's a bit hard, right, when it comes to the contract side, especially if we quote based on item or type of service, for example. Because sometimes, let's say, the needs of the client change suddenly, which happens a lot in business, right? Even our business, same. We also have to fight fire here and there. So to stick to contract sometimes also doesn't really make sense, right? Because the needs of business change according to season, according to how their market happens as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes no choice. They also need the help. And because we kamcheng with them, never mind we do. Just to help out also . And on the side of whether the boss asks us to do it and whether we should do it or not, depends on kamcheng also .
Yeah.
Like, I won't mention names, but the previous company one of the previous companies, boss has a certain way of asking for certain things
Mm.
that rubs a lot of people the wrong way also lah.
Yeah.
So sometimes you want to do also in your heart, unless you force me, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. You'd be
No.
like, no way
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the extra thing.
The first reaction is no lah.
Yeah, no lah.
First reaction is try to find a way out of it,
Yes.
which is not healthy also lah. But again, it's because, if you don't have kamching with the boss also,
So it all boils down to
No
the
feeling lah.
relationship.
yeah, that's why we are three here on camera still, and our boss also good bully at the back lah.
Yeah, because our boss can bakuli at the back, so we also can be at the front.
It's all trade off one, ma. It's all trade off one.
You see, she
I'm
gets to
already
see
seeing
his
his face already.
He's like, yeah lah, bully lah. To bully lah.
Bully, yeah.
Bully
Usually
together.
three hours behind the table, now only him
Yeah.
behind the table.
Okay, so we have listed down some of the professional versus personal dilemmas.
But yeah, it's a little bit of a game.
So it's a game. So we want our audience to be joining us together of which one will you choose if you're facing these dilemmas. So let's go for the first one. Would you hire someone with a good looking or a hardworking person? But then how would you know that person is hardworking before even you hire him or her?
No. Okay, so this is the context, I think, because we had a 2-hour discussion to try to come up with this dilemma. So the context for this particular, I think we were having was sometimes, let's say for things like sales role or client-facing roles, right? The unspoken rule for a number of companies is have to have a certain type of look also lah. When they are meeting clients, for example. It's quite noted in, let's say, the service line or in lines where, you want
You're
to represent
facing the
certain
client.
stature lah, right?
Mm.
Not going to name any brands, I don't want any trouble. Yeah, so that versus someone who is hardworking. So the trade-off here is the good looks part, would, let's say, based on data, based on numbers, would help you to achieve better business numbers. But would you discount a hardworking person of the job? I think that's the general context we're discussing.
Mm.
So, Fish?
I haven't encountered this kind of problem before. But my take, if I am a boss, but it's so hard. It's so hard.
Chris helping you already.
Okay, Chris said hardworking. Why? Why, Chris? Wouldn't
Yeah,
you
no.
want some lang lois around you?
No. This one, okay.
Chris is a married man.
No.
Or some lang zai lah, okay lah. Let's put it this way, okay? Good looking. Because like what Tyler said, it helps with certain industry. It really and statistically proved it helps with the sales, for example. So me and I didn't even thought of it before. Good looking versus hard looking. Shit, so hard.
Because I think how we relate to this topic is because in general we know that we should choose hardworking person. We should hire hardworking person. But in the work context, like in the professionalism context, quoting what Tyler was saying, that really statistically maybe some look will actually might increase the business number. So in this context, your heart tells you should choose someone who is hardworking, but the numbers is telling you otherwise. So how will you choose it? Yeah.
Okay, so I just give just a very short opinion lah. Because last time when, let's say, producing videos and all that, right, also have to consider the talent ma. And talent bulat when you are casting also. And I have a friend who's in theatre, so he is part of the process a lot of times also lah. Looks will be very specific one. They want someone who is Chinese female, looks between 30 to 40 years old.
Oh yeah.
Right,
And the
so they
height
really
and
state height,
everything.
everything. So that one is bulat, looks is memang a part of the process lah. But also you have to consider not just the look and their experience and all that. How it's like working with them on set also matters. So whether they show up on time, Are they very diva? Things like that will also work into the workflow lah. So typically just find someone who's reliable. I think that is bottom line what you want lah. May not be exactly the character fee and all that you want, but doesn't really matter too much nowadays. I mean, we've got, I think Disney does this a lot, right? With the changing certain casting rules and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a super important point to concede on lah.
Yeah. So Prima says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If the person carries himself or herself well, then I go for hardworking. If I had to choose for an ad, then is there really a choice? Looks win completely. Yeah, betul. So it really depends on what industry you're in.
In the context, I think the context. Like
If the look is the first.
let's say you're finding a digital marketer, whether he's good looking or not,
Obviously
it doesn't matter.
You all
lah.
work in front of the laptop only. For?
See, you are running this organization.
Oh.
But your company,
Yes.
would you hire Eric?
So Sharon is asking us if we are running Chubab, so we are the boss lah now. We want to hire Eric. My answer is yes. Then we can give him emotional damage.
No one actually.
Wow.
Both.
Yeah, both. Being professional.
The only answer, the only
This one-
acceptable answer.
This one is work ethics more than personal value. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So fake versus a real giveaway. So I think it's very it's can we say it's quite common to have this around?
It's a
That-
problem that exists lah.
It's a problem that exists.
that the giveaway that people always wonder, is this giveaway real?
I think for some brands where you go into their page, right, you always see at the bottom of the comment people saying, this one tipu one lah, this one memang tak bagi punya. When did they announce the winner? No, right? You tak pernah nampak orang win, right? Means no one is winning. Means they are doing this as a fake giveaway.
Yeah, but in this context, why are we like giving out this example is because it's true that this phenomenon does happen, but like for people who works in a company, you know this is not allowed. You know this
not-
fake.
Yeah.
But then like your company asks you to do so.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Would you listen to someone who pay your salary, who pay you your salary, or would you listen to yourself, to your value? Yeah.
So which one do you choose?
Yeah, because this is where the professionalism debate comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because professionally, you are engaged by the client. What the client wishes to do,
You have to follow.
you should execute.
Yeah, you should execute.
But professionalism also means you hold a certain level of integrity on how you conduct business, right? Which means in the context of the giveaway, if the mechanic is supposed to have a winner and the prize doesn't actually go to a winner, technically that's fraud, right? Because you advertise something, but it doesn't happen, right? So do you be professional and get it done anyways? Or do you be professional and walk away and say you're not doing it?
Yeah.
So that's a dilemma, because both also you can be perceived to be being a professional.
What will you guys do? Would you guys professionally execute it or professionally walk away? Because both actually is like it's you are doing it
Yeah, one is
integrity, one is just listening to the
So while some people are having certain thoughts, I put forward because I put forward this dilemma to my friends for fun when I want them to lose their sleep. So one reply was, it's their money, they paying us to do, it's their problem. It's their brand marketing as a company. So he said what we will do is we just advise them, I don't recommend you do this, strongly recommend against it, but if you still want, I'll do it.
Mm.
Right? Because
Okay.
I'll execute, but you all bear the consequences. I absolve myself of the responsibility lah.
Yeah.
So that's what he said he would do. I have another friend who just said, I just go sign and do lah. I don't care one. As long as they pay me, and I don't care one. So I'm like, that friend, I was like, okay, maybe I won't call him again for. But
Delete his number.
yeah, I mean, there is an industry full of people like that friend lah. I'm not gonna mention names, obviously, but he did say like, whatever it is they pay me to do, I do. I go
Okay.
home, I
Yeah.
can pay for my bills, I can go golfing. That's all I care about.
I can go golfing.
Not a cheap sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have some
So-
comments.
Prima was saying the leader is very important. If he or she has zero values, eventually people will find out he's a fraud or she's a fraud. So is the company. Would you want to be associated with such a company? Would you quote the company in your CV? Oh, that's wow.
So that is, I think that borders on personal values already, right? Or
Yeah,
also
yes.
professional values, because it's how you do
Yes.
how you do your work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, this is, I love this perspective, because if you're at an interview, for example, right, put yourself there. Are you going to be comfortable talking about your experience working with this company if they allow this sort of giveaway to happen?
I mean, I will be honest to the interviewer because the fake giveaway doesn't discount my work for them. I actually done the work. I actually done it well. It's just they make the final decision that they don't want to complete the giveaway. But doesn't mean whatever that I'm doing the campaign for building up the giveaway is doesn't mean
Yeah.
those things are fake. So I will tell the next interviewer that this is what I've done. I'm not proud of like being, but I'm under a contract of doing that. I've no choice to do it to complete the work for them. But you can see my other works
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy to say, I think in the context of True Bar, I don't think we support things like this lah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons we are still here, lor.
Yeah.
Okay. So while they are considering other thoughts, come, Trish, you pick the next one, lor.
I think I'll pick this one. You said it the best. I think your tonality.
You go first, lah. We continue to work. What was the context for this again? Lah?
Okay.
Okay, you go.
Okay. So this is when
Or
we
overtime one.
when we want to go back home at okay, so that pukul 6 lah, we want to go home already lah. But then the boss and other people is still around. And the boss tell you this.
You go lah. We will continue
Okay,
to work.
okay. We do a skit. So pretend I'm going to go. It's my first week at work lah. Huh? It's like, okay, boss, I go home first.
Oh, where you going?
Going for family dinner.
Oh, what are you guys eating? Why?
Oh, because my grandfather's birthday, that's why we have to go.
On special
Oh.
occasion Okay.
Okay lah, you enjoy lah, huh? You go lah. We work first. We will continue to work lah. Okay, you go.
I also be tahan already. Yeah. So the context for this, right, is that happens quite a lot, right? There's an unspoken rule in a lot of companies, especially in Asia. I find like
in
the West, not
Asia,
really,
in
but in
Asia.
Asia, there's a thing where you cannot leave earlier than your boss, especially if you're a new guy. You make sure you're one of the last to leave the office.
you
Even
don't
though you're doing work or not, it doesn't look good on you to leave early or
Although,
leave on time.
although it's reasonable for you to leave because it's memang it's you
After work
after work
already.
already, but like the pressure is still somehow chasing behind you. And although they say you go lah,
Yeah.
you go doesn't mean you can go.
So
It's like your girlfriend say like, you go lah, you go with your friend, go minum, go. Go lah, don't come back.
Yes, I do understand, huh? Yeah, but my friend, he has a baby boss. Not that the gender makes sense in the context, but you're also like in relationships. It's honestly girls do something like that, but he was telling me the story lah. That's how I thought of the overtime example also, because he recently only moved jobs. I think about 8 months ago. So in his first week, you're saying, bro, I feel a bit uneasy at my job because we went to mama. So I said, why? He said, my boss feels a bit passive aggressive. I said, tell me the context. Why lah? I said, you only first week and where you can
So
notice
fast,
that
Yeah,
he's
so
really
fast.
mad. This is because he's a type, before he moved to Malaysia, he was from Australia.
Oh.
So he was like, yeah, just left work and suddenly felt like the person was being very passive aggressive because of exactly that example lah.
Wow.
Go
Because
lah,
the
you
boss
go.
in the boss's exact word is like, oh, all right, yeah, you have fun. We'll just, the team will continue working here.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was exactly the word for word. So it's really like, yeah, sure, you have your fun, you have your life. All of us will suffer without you. That's kind of what it feels like.
What the guiltiness.
Yeah.
Guilt trip.
Yeah. So the professionalism part here, other comment.
Okay, Chris said I'm the opposite. I leave office on time usually. But do you get what if your boss said like, you go lah, we continue. How?
Also, Chris has another comment.
Oh wait.
Oops, sorry, I think I cancelled.
Work never meant to be finished anyway. That's true. Tak habis.
Habis. Tomorrow have more work one. Laila, so in that context, I guess for the audience, the question would be, if you were in that situation, is it acceptable to leave on time? Or would you be the type that will, for the sake of taking care of your boss's feelings, you stay back with the rest of them first, even though you have something better to do, let's say, or you have something important to do? So while the comments roll in, I think Grandma has a nice comment here.
If people have finished their task, then they should go home. Wrong culture if we expect people to stay around just because the boss belum tolak lagi. I stay back because the peace and quiet helps me to think a little better and make some plans.
Yeah. So that's why I think the term for this is presenteeism. You're just there, but you're not actually working. So absenteeism is being absent from work.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is you're at work, but you're not doing anything.
You're present, but you're absent actually.
Present, but actually absent mentally absent. So you're sitting behind, scroll your phone just to be with the company, just because your boss hasn't left yet. Some people actually do that.
But do you think actually Gen Z nowadays they just leave on time?
Yeah.
They do. They do.
I
They
see a
just
lot of
leave
people
straight
do
away.
that also.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're like, no, it's work hour.
I actually think is better, because I would rather you go home if your work is done already. Right? Of course, the only exception to that is if, let's say, you haven't completed any work and it's consistently been slacking behind and you still don't know how to tap, let's say, right, and get it done. You kind of need to read the room also that you shouldn't really leave on time if your work is backlogged, because you're not efficient.
Okay.
But if everything's finished, you leave on time, what's the problem? I don't see a problem.
Yeah lah.
I do you recall the first day you at work? Did you leave on time?
I had a meeting with my boss, my ex-boss, I think around 5:30. So I ended up going home by 6:30. I'm the only one left back at the meeting room. So that is when I was in my last company lah. So yeah, so
I don't think I leave early also when one of the companies that I work in. I think if 6 is the clock off time, I actually leave 6:15.
You know, at least lah,
Yeah, at least later
lah. We go toilet a bit. Goyang.
My first job, because it was remote, there are different time zone. There are UK time zone. So for me, the moment I wake up, there's work. The moment I sleep, there's work. After I leave work, there's still work.
Shit,
And it always messages the standard operating procedure, 5 minutes reply. So it expects you to be on call.
Around the clock or?
Yeah, basically lah.
Ah.
So suddenly I feel my phone vibrate also. That's why now I turn silent, because I feel the vibration.
Wow.
Still wake up one.
Okay.
That one very bad.
Okay, Tyler, you choose the next one.
I choose the next
The
one.
last one now.
Last
There are
one,
like
yeah.
5 minutes left, so
Oh,
we'll just
okay.
choose the
Pick
last
one.
one.
Oh, let's do the grab one. Okay, so this context, right? This was, who said it? The grab one?
She said it.
Yeah, Tris was mentioning that for Grab riders, right, a trouble that they face on the job is, she's heard stories before of, let's say the customers will order from Abang Grab, right, and Abang Grab fetching is delivering the food halfway. Suddenly they get a message say, hey, you drop by the 7-Eleven, help me pick up this also. And then I will pay you back on the spot later with my own cash. Of course, for the Abang Grab, it's not part of their job scope. They're just supposed to get you your order from this restaurant to you in one piece and that you can eat, right? But when Abang Grab don't want to do, they'll say, oh, then I just 1-star review later.
Okay lor.
Yeah.
Kita buat
So,
1-star review. Tak ada.
Which will affect their rating with Grab. They might get calling for review or something, for example. So yeah, that is the dilemma lah. So for them, do you be a professional and say no and then answer to the review later if your stars dip below a certain level? Or do you be professional and just get it done so there's no trouble later?
I think if it's memang on the way, memang to the house, maybe I just drop by lah. I think that's what
What
I
if you have other
Other Grab, yeah.
orders?
if I got other orders.
Houses, it's never one to
And
one
now
lah.
Grab got the
timing.
No, you pay extra $2 and then you have to deliver that one first.
Oh, the express delivery one, right? Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh.
Priority delivery, I think they call it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then maybe not. Like if I got other orders with me, then of course I will have to
But-
focus on my
Ah,
actual work first, ma.
then give you 1-star.
Then I will actually explain it to the management. Like
But
what
you will still
happened.
pick up.
No. I'll just tell them like why is it 1-star?
Okay.
Yeah. Because some people, but memang it's some people's problem also lah. Because a lot of people will take all this for granted. They will feel like, you just help me only ma. I give you tips lah. I give you 2 ringgit tips lah. Cannot help me ah. I really need this eh. Then how? You're like, oh no leh, kak, I ada sendiri punya kerja mau buat mah. Of course, I have to do my work first. If this is my last order, I memang after this go home. Yeah, I'll do it lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, memang
Hmm.
it's just helping mah.
For my side, I'll try to count in the customer side.
Oh.
Because I don't want to deal with the review process. May take a long time. Cannot reinstate your star. You need to find a way to cover it later. And you will probably be late for other deliveries also, like, let's say a bit slower, which effect-wise, jialat. So let's say every traffic light, we'll try to count in the fella, say like, don't lah, really no time tonight, got all this order, different one, take picture of the
Oh, you
bag,
mean you
see
actually,
how many
yeah.
order I got that many houses I need to complete within next 2 hours.
Mm.
That one also cannot help.
But some people memang aggressive one. They'll
No
like
choice lah,
threaten
then
you.
that one kena, then kena lor. But I won't do it lah.
I think if in that case, I'll just cancel that person's order.
Oh, you can
I'll
do
say
that
like,
one.
I think can.
They had to send, then the food go back to the restaurant lah.
I think can do that, and then you explain terus to the service.
I like
customer
Yeah,
service.
Chris said, I would just say that after so long. You're quite smart, actually. I never thought of that.
But then
Oh, I
I
never
think
thought
we'll
of
go
that.
buy 7-Eleven or 99 to just like, hey, just beli rokok satu lah.
No, that's why. Then you just use Chris and answer.
Tak ada meh, ada banyak mah.
Sort out.
Tapi cari,
Sort out. Tak ada.
Tak ada, memang tak ada.
yeah.
Yeah, he cannot say anything. Right? He cannot come out and there's no evidence.
Also.
Yeah.
So this one is kena pandai-pandai lah.
Yeah.
It's like
Twist lah, twist.
Chris has eaten more salt than us.
Yeah.
So the tube come out already.
So in this case, we are also putting it in a different perspective. It's like this is just an example.
So
lah.
this win-win situation.
Yeah,
You
because-
tell them, then you also safeguard your personal value.
Yeah, because some of the time we will have to do something that is outside of our job scope, but we will still have to do it. Or now, like Chris say, we will find some pandai way to just escape from that thing lah.
Yeah lah, had to pandai-pandai lah at the end of the day. Okay, one
Okay.
minute lagi.
1 minute lagi. What do you guys want? Okay, let us do the last one now. For this instance, I think don't know if you guys heard about the train dilemma. So a train is moving, and there's two lanes, and one is a one person tied on the lane, and another one is with 3 people tied on the lane. So either way, they will kill someone lah. So now the train is going one of the way. So which one would you decide? Would you decide to kill the one person, or would you decide to kill the 3
Yeah,
people?
and let's say the spin to this, right, to make it a professional dilemma also. Let's say you're the train conductor and the company policy is to affect the least number of people, right? And let's say the one is a baby. So everyone that's in the train that knows you're going to hit a baby will get the emotional trauma, right? And the 3 people are, let's say, grown adults. You probably won't miss them. I won't state characteristics to not pick by anyone else. But it's generally understood that you kill a baby is worse than you kill an adult, right? So
Which one would you choose?
And then
So, don't know lah. The person who created this question, the person who created the dilemma lah. Actually, there's this dilemma.
cannot break.
Cannot break. Lost control already. You can only turn
you only kill wheel.
the wheel. Yeah.
And our boss says kill the baby.
Our boss said kill the baby. He can make another one. Okay. So in his point of view of being a doctor, so in the when you save the mother or when you save the baby, so there's always more chance of saying. I mean, if you save the mother, there's always more chance of having more babies lah. No, then what?
So if the 3 are criminals and the other one is baby.
Yeah, I think that is also inside of the question. Like there's a series of questions there.
If let's say it's 3 criminal, then should save the baby, Eric
You
said.
know that the baby will not grow up.
Yeah. What if the baby
Yeah,
gets
let's
up
say
to the
what
baby?
if the baby, how do you know? How do you guarantee the baby grow up won't be a criminal? Aiyo.
Okay, so this is a question for everyone to ponder. Okay, we won't say anything lah.
Yeah.
So this is just the last
But
question.
for those of you who say hit 3 people and then turn around and finish the baby, I'm glad for you lah. Because I've seen that comment in some YouTube comment sections. It's crazy. So
I think you guys can go and Google about this dilemma. I think there's a lot of interesting answers around.
these are moral dilemmas. Next episode we can do moral dilemmas lah.
No, we do intrusive thought.
Oh shit, cannot. Cannot. Do on live terus ada the interesting thoughts.
No. Okay lah. Macam
Okay, that's all for tonight.
Yeah, so any more questions or any more comments, feel free to leave them over and we'll answer later also lah. Or if you guys have any ideas of what else you want to see in next episode, also please feed us ideas. We're running dry already.
Yeah,
So-
please. Please, like begging. Please. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We will see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
From your dating app one, all those thirsty guys, put them on blast lah. Yeah, like this example.
Wait.
I off mic already.